What if I told you that psychology wasn't always therapy, diagnostic labels, or pills? Let's talk about it. My name is Tula and I'm exploring indigenous knowledge systems of psychology, and for part 1 we're going to be unearthing the very foundation upon which modern psychology sits on. Did you know that much of what we call science, including psychology, has been told frequently from a very Eurocentric lens? The field of psychology was formally established as a scientific discipline during the later phase of the Industrial Revolution, which is an extremely important point to highlight because the attitude around this time embraced a very mechanistic view of the human being. There was this unreasonable emphasis on human efficiency and productivity, and so the human mind had to be understood through rationality and categorization. And this is seen through Wilhelm Wundt's work, who is seen as the father of psychology and the creator of structuralism. His theory was an attempt to break the mind into basic, understandable, and measurable parts so that it could fit very neatly into the field of science. This same mechanistic view is seen through William James, who is the second father of psychology, the creator of functionalism. And as opposed to being interested in what the mind is, he was focused on what the mind does. Then you have Sigmund Freud, who was very interested, very obsessed with the unconscious mind, and his work is still ubiquitous in modern psychology, pop psychology. Many of you might have heard of the terms ego, superego, and id. Plot twist, I personally call this a very unfortunate turn of the events of psychology as a field, which is behaviorism. In this theory, one could also call it a movement, essentially erased the presence of eternal mental states and focused solely on observable behavior. It wasn't anger, it was violence. It wasn't sadness, it was the presence of tears. And it mimics the same desire from the colonial Western forces to control. It mimics their desire for standardization, productivity. Around this time, the human experience sort of became medicalized. When something becomes medicalized, there's now a distinction between normal and abnormal states. This shaped a lot of the pathological views that we have towards mental health. It perpetuated this desire for control, to only feel what feels good and to discover ways to not feel what feels bad. Having said that, structuralism, functionalism, psychoanalysis, behaviorism all belong to the Eurocentric framework for understanding the mind. While I was getting my degree in psychology and understanding the philosophy of psychology, I had this burning interest in my heart to understand how other knowledge systems understood the mind. How did my cultural background, how did Kenyans understand psychology and well-being, and so many other cultures. So for the next couple of weeks, months perhaps, I'm going to be exploring indigenous knowledge systems of psychology to sort of decenter European thought and give more space to other experiences, to more wisdom. If this is something that interests you too, I invite you to follow me along on this journey. I honestly can't wait to see what I find and to share that with you. It's been quite a long video, but if you made it to the end, thank you for your time. Sending much love as usual.